Alright, so this is going to be fairly straightforward. I'll do my best not to spend too much time on this. This is going to be another EA Sports UFC 4 wish list, and this is also going to revolve around striking. Man, I feel like every single time I talk about EA Sports UFC 4 wish list that specifically revolve around striking, I'm talking about the same thing over and over again, namely fighter animations. Now, credit where credit is due. This team did a very good job when it comes to the jabs and straights. A lot of different fighters. I believe we have levels 1 up until level 4 jabs and straight animations, and these are distinct animations that you can recognize and tell that they are different from each other. So massive props to the team for doing that. But again, we need more of that. We need more. And the reason why I keep focusing on animations as opposed to the more glaring issues striking wise in this game is because I'm very confident that these glaring issues will be fixed for UFC 4. The team, they're very good at identifying major issues, bug breaking issues, complex issues, and they're very good at fixing that. Under the hood, they're really good at that. But then when it comes to animations, if you take a look at the team's track record, EA in general, it just doesn't seem like they care too much when it comes to unique animations for these games, and that's why I tend to focus very heavily on them. Now, if you take a look at the lead leg kick, for example, and the rear leg kick, every single fighter in the game throws it the same exact way. They all do. Take a look at the lead body kick and the rear body kick. Every single fighter in the game throws it the same exact way. There are no distinct animations at all. You take a look at Edson Barboza as he throws his rear leg kick, to the leg, and you take a look at Khabib throw his rear leg kick. It's the same exact animation. I mean, we've covered that a million times in the past. But for this particular one, I'm trying to focus on the hooks because every single fighter as well has the same exact hook animations. This right here. Every single fighter throws the hook the same exact way, except maybe Vanderlei Silva. He's the only one with his own unique hook animations. You also have the uppercuts. Everybody throws the uppercuts the same exact way. Hooks to the body. It's the same exact hooks to the body. And I'm trying to see if, I've asked repeatedly for them to do more motion capture and capture more unique animations. For example, not every single fighter drops their level like this when they throw a right hook to the body. Like look at the way he drops his level. He bends his knees completely, gets way below GSP's head just to throw a right hook to the body. A fighter like Nick Diaz does not throw it that way. I'm going to see if I can put up a footage. Dude, I am so animated I can barely talk. I'm gonna see if I can put up footage on the side showing like how someone like Nick Diaz actually throws those hooks to the body. He stands tall no matter what he's doing. Like if he's throwing the only time you see the Diaz brothers like drop their level is if they were trying to go for a jab to the body or a cross to the body. But if they're going for round shots like hooks to the body or uppercuts to the body, they keep their body tall as they throw it. I would love to see that captured. I would love to see that animation captured and then assign that to fighters who throw it that way. Someone like JDS does not drop his level this way. A fighter that you will see drop their level this way to throw a hook to the body is someone like John Jones. John is a person that drops his level way down to throw it like that. But let's just talk about the hooks to the head. Right now, I am not very confident that EA is going to capture brand new animations for hooks to the head. But if they do, amazing. But if they don't do it, I think that there's an option here. There's an animation in the game, another animation in the game, which will essentially make it 2 animations, but there's another animation in the game that I believe that they can extract and turn into a standalone animation by itself. So look at this right here. This is a left hook by Jorge Masvidal right here. You see this left hook right here? Now watch the left hook. You see that? That is different. If you slip to the left and throw a left hook, it's a different animation. Just pretend he didn't slip, okay? Pretend you didn't just see Masvidal move his head to the left. Look at that animation. Take a look at his lead leg. Now watch the regular one. See the lead leg barely pivots. Barely pivots. Now watch when he slips. See the pivot on that? If there's a way that they can capture or extract just that animation that plays right here, extract that animation, just specifically that one, make it a standalone left hook animation, assign it to different fighters. There we've got 2. You don't have to capture anything new. We got 2 animations. What about if he were to slip this way? What happens? Take a look at that animation right there. See that animation? His right hand is up. It's a completely different left hook animation. Of course, there's a slip before it, but it is a standalone animation that I believe they have the ability of extracting. You extract that animation, and how many do we have now? 3. We have this one, we have that one, and we have this. That's 3 distinct left hook animations that you can assign to different fighters depending on how those fighters throw their left hooks. Okay, what about the right hook? Here's a right hook, regular right hook that every single fighter in the game has, right there. What does it look like if I slip that way? See that? That is completely different from that. That's different. Now we got 2 animations if you extract that second one and make it a standalone animation. What if I slip to this direction? Look at that. That's more like an overhand, right? That's more like an overhand. But I would still extract that and just call that a right hook, assign it to different fighters, and we're going to have a variety. Now we've got 3 distinct left hook animations, and we've got 3 distinct right hook animations that you can assign to different fighters. Now, let's say that the excuse they come back with is there is no way to extract it without also including the slip. Because that's a possibility. The developers might come back and say, the way it was captured, the slip was captured with it. There's no way to take away the slip and only capture the part where he throws the left hook or the right hook. Okay, well then, why not just do what UFC Undisputed 3 did that worked awesomely? I personally enjoy what they did. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, in UFC 3, there are certain fighters that have hooks. Rampage Jackson being one of them. Rampage Jackson, if I remember correctly, Frank Mir, if I remember correctly, they have hook animations that have inbuilt evasion to them. As in, you don't need to move your head to evade strikes, which of course made those fighters extremely dangerous to try to exchange it on the inside, because you can just throw a hook and the hook has inbuilt evasion, which means if a fighter throws like a jab at you at the same moment that you throw your left hook, automatically you're going to evade their jab and counter with a left hook, all by throwing a left hook. You don't need to slip first. So if you say, oh well, the reason why we can't make that a standalone hook animation is because we can't extract just the animation while leaving off the slip, then add the slip. Add the slip, call that a super special left hook with inbuilt evasion. Assign that to fighters with incredible left hooks. Fighters like Jimmy Manuwa, for example, with beautiful left hooks. Fighters like Michael Bisping, who throw really good hooks. You know, JDS. There's certain fighters, Alistair Overeem. Have you ever seen Overeem throw a hook without dipping his head first? You know what I mean? Assign that to fighters that we've seen. Someone like Robbie Lawler, when they throw a hook. Johnny Hendricks, when they throw a hook, they dip a little bit, which of course comes with evasion. They move their head up the center line as they throw the hook. Assign that to them. I can see Johnny Hendricks using this as his regular hook. Well, what would be wrong with that? I can see Alistair Overeem using something like this as his regular left hook. What would be the fucking problem with that? You know what I mean? Now, what about the hooks to the body? Okay, what happens if I slip? Okay, first of all, here's the regular lead hook. Every single fighter in the game throws the lead hook like that. Now, what happens if I slip this way and throw a lead hook to the body? Let's see. Look at that. That is a completely different lead hook to the body animation. Let's watch that again. Why not extract that? Extract this and assign it to different fighters who don't all throw their lead hooks to the body like this. Of course, this is the technical way of throwing it. This is more sloppy. His head ducks down, and you know, he just looks sloppy as fuck. This is more clean right here. So assign this to like experienced boxers, and then this right here, a more sloppy version of it. What about the right hook to the body? This is the regular right hook to the body. What happens? if I slip that way and throw the right hook to the body? It stays the same. What about this way? That's a different one. It's a different one. Look at that. It's a different right hook to the body, different from this. Completely different from that. So why not extract that as well, which will now give us 2 distinct lead hooks to the body and 2 distinct rear hooks to the body, and you don't even need to capture any more. You don't have to capture new animations for that, right? Now I'm curious what happens if I duck down. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, ducking is that a distinct animation as well? Hold on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is a distinct animation. Look at this. All you need to do is blend it. You know this little pause that happens right here? Like he ducks and then pauses before he throws. If you blend the duck into that's a third one. That is a third distinct lead hook to the body. What about the rear one? That's another one. Now we got 3. Are you guys seeing my point? Are you guys seeing my point? Like, I don't feel like this is gonna be such a difficult thing to accomplish. They just have to care. You just have to give a shit. You literally just have to say, okay, it is important. It is important. Let's just go ahead and do it. All right? Just whoever is the higher ups at EA that sees these things and makes the decisions and decides what gets done and what doesn't get done. Don't let EA Sports UFC 4 ship with the same exact generic animations for every single fighter. Come on, that's just lazy as fuck. Just don't do it. All right, don't do it. We've been asking for a long time. For God's sake, you have options right now. You don't have to capture brand new animations. Just extract these other ones. Por favor, pretty please. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that, and I'll talk to you guys later.